It is really a pleasure for us to come over here. Basically, thank you to Katie and Dave that they're so kindly to us, and it's been these few days really attractive experiences with them. And now with you guys, it's been a very nice evening, talking and interacting. This is not a speech, obviously. This is just a family reunion, you know. You know, YFU is a big family and worldwide, and I believe that we all think almost in the same way. So we know pretty much what the challenges are. As you know, almost 45 years ago, we were doing our first exchange experience coming from Argentina, basically to Michigan at the very beginning. After a couple of days orientation, we were spread all over the United States. But big group of ours, because as you know, YFU headquarters used to be in Ann Arbor in Washington Avenue with Mrs. Rachel Andresen as the chairman. So YFU was very much developed in the state. So the majority of our 120 exchange students from Argentina were seated in this area, pretty much. We are a group of 7 today, 6 exchange students, and this beautiful lady is one of the exchange students' wife, and that has the commitment of support us. And tonight we're gonna be one more, because some mate of us is coming from Arizona. Fabio lives in Arizona for many years. And in October, when we move to Washington, also we're gonna have another one. So what happened? In 2011, somehow we start getting in touch to each other, because we agreed to celebrate our first 40 years anniversary. We're expecting the second 40 years. So and they say, why don't we make a reunion, you know, in Buenos Aires? And we found around 50 or 60 of those very initial 120. How did we do? Well, sending letters to the very old addresses, searching in Facebook, searching in the telephone guides, and many other ways that finally did to be together with these other 60 people from all over Argentina. So it was very hard to join in one place one day, for some of ours very far from our own cities. So finally we were around 40, I remember. We're pretty much 40 people that were celebrating those 40 years in Buenos Aires in a disco. This part is not for the exchange student present today. But we got happy. We share all kind of presents to ourselves. That lady brought a big chocolate egg that we got broken with a lot of presents to ours. We did a video that Veronica here has a copy. I don't know if we are able to watch it.
I gave it today.
Okay. Okay. We would. Oh, can we watch it? Oh, that's very short. I represent what we were living back in the 70s. So, to be short, then we start asking ourselves, why don't we do something extra? You know why? Because we all agreed that our life changed back in the 70s. Remember that we didn't have no internet, no cellular phones, no communications, all those. To get a phone call, we need to wait for almost 8 or 10 hours. Just letters. So we didn't know too much about the American way of life. And what the exchange student responsibilities were, many of those commitments. So our lives were a before and after. And we had a big challenge to be in a new country with a new language, with a new family, with the new customs, with new responsibilities where we didn't have none at home. He has a couple very nice histories about it. And finally, in the party, when we were, trying to arrange the world, as usual, we say, why don't we give something back to YFU? Why don't we do something to express our gratitude of such a wonderful experience? So, I don't know who was saying, why don't we go back and we do pretty much the same what we did? Like, why don't we visit our former schools where we normally graduated? Why don't we go to see our families? Why don't we go and talk to the people what we felt? How our lives changed? And at the very beginning, I think from the 40 that we were there, 50 wants to come over. So finally, for different reasons, logical reasons, the group was reduced and finally we were 8. But with enough strongness to come over here and talk to the kids, talk to the kids in schools. We have 7 different appointments. We already did 1 in different schools of the area. Talk to the volunteers, talk to the YFU representatives, talk to the different people involved in exchange student programs. And a bunch of crazy people, like this one that you're watching right now, finally made it. And we are pretty much in the middle of the scenario. What we want to tell is that if our lives were changed, everyone's life could be changed as well, in the good sense. To be better persons, to be with much more responsibilities, to break the fences, to break the walls of the hate in the world, to promote exchange student programs in general. We obviously are heavy fans of YFU, of course, but if the kids find some other exchange student program, they're very welcome. Okay, go abroad, exchange experiences, try to be better persons. You're going to learn a lot of things, and many people is going to learn a lot from yourself. So you're an ambassador. We're today like Argentinian ambassador, but that's much more than that. We believe that this is the way, and it's very little probably, but we're going to help to make a better world. Let's watch the video if you were ready, and that's pretty much what we lived back in the 70s. And then each one of our group is going to give a testimony. It looks like we're in the church, right?
You're the greatest.
I don't want to be rude, but this makes more familiar. I hope she brought the right one.
I hope so.
January 24, 1971. Our runner is F1.
He was Argentinian?
Yeah,
sure.
But Amelia was busy with another thing. Our group. The youngsters, strong, showing the pride, our emblems, our flag. That's me in the middle. Look at
It's a lot less than you did.
That's me as well. But that was the group in the way to take the plane, a charter.
That's me in the corner.
Imagine our feelings.
I bet.
A girl who did this video, that one. That's Veronica.
That's Veronica. Before and after.
When we arrived, we went to Battle Creek. They took us to the Kellogg's factory. What happened in 1971? Michael Jackson was like, Elton John looks like and there was like an express crew. Movies were those. On the TV, those programs.
Those are channels.
I mean, we were listening those LP.
Don't play.
And ours.
That's my family.
That's Oscar at the very right
Yeah, that's my
side.
family. This is in Cedar Point. I'm in the back.
That's Ricky, one who couldn't come with us, the blonde hair from Argentina as well. Very charming, a Latin lover, of course. She was our maid as well. That's Ricky as well. He's bald now.
Yeah. Like everyone of us.
Some of our maids, of course. Average of age was 17.
Ese no es Sony.
Alejandro Mazzoni. The second from the right is Cecile, the girl who made the video. Also the one in the left. So pretty much you remember that time, don't you?
Yes.
No, no one of you. You were youngsters. Very younger. We make experiences with our skis.
Ricardo Brown Cruz.
Ricky, Cecile. Not always with good results.
Yeah.
We did some rare, strange things.
Yep.
That's
That's
me.
Oscar.
Feeding the canary.
I look like a human being. We went to school.
Photos back then.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Take pictures. Look at those dresses. Yeah.
We know exchange students from other countries. Of course.
Why?
That's me with the black shirt in the choir. That's me, yeah. Black sheep. That's another maid with the Argentinian flag on the cake. We had a graduation ceremony.
That's me.
That's him! Look at the beard!
All the way down under.
Yeah. With the music of Cat Stevens.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
T for the dealer, man. For
Yes.
That's me! So pretty. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wonder. The prom.
That's me. I got He's really concert.
Waiting for him. He was a noisy boy here. And almost with not knowing, we were back in Savigno in the last 2 days of orientation. That was a disaster, by the way. We just went there 2 days ago and the dorms are still the same, so it was very nostalgic for us. That's the very last day. We were exactly there. So we arrived to Ezeiza, which is our airport in Buenos Aires. That's how we lived. Oh, baby, baby, so high.
What does that say?
Thanks to God, someone maintained the exchange student spirit. That's me. After many, many years in our reunions.
Wow.
Doesn't look Scott, the customs, doesn't lose it.
No muevas tanto los brazos.
Every 5 years we have reunions, as most of you guys, so I come over here every 5 years to meet all my mates in Roosevelt School. Choir, 45 years after. And that's how we re-meet. That was the very first letter that was sent to everyone, to the old addresses. And here we are as well. Those are who attended the 40 years anniversary reunion. That's before and after, and now. That's a Patricia from Tucumán, Oscar, Cecile, the one who made the video, Ricky, the handsome guy, a lot of pictures, a lot of girls in his life. So till the next time, so long. Okay, now I would like to introduce some of our mates that is going to bring some